So I'm making this video because I got comments about people who didn't really get who was dating who in the group and what has been going on basically in the past. And I kind of get that because all you guys get to see are colored texts on videos and not really like any faces or anything that connect to that other than the little stick figures that I made that show up sometimes here and there. So I get the confusion. So for the people that are interested in like the backstory of how we became a group and how we came to be what we are today, I'm kind of gonna make this little background video. And I also want to make the disclaimer that there's a lot of things that I will forget about and a lot of things that I will not tell the right way, or that will be like messing up some timelines of stuff, because this will be from my perspective. Yeah, you gotta just live with that, I guess. And if you're a friend who's watching this, then I'm sorry if I if I messed something up, and I'm gonna try to do it justice. Our story starts in July of 2014. My stepdad had a hotel basically, and I was spending the night there, chilling, doing my thing. And I woke up that morning and I was feeling just a couple of sandwiches, and then I was gonna sit down by my little laptop and play some CS was my plan. So I fired up the laptop and then I went into a pistol deathmatch server where it was only me first. I ran around a couple of laps, didn't really do much, and then bloop, someone else joined, and we fought a little bit, like 1v1ing, and then I was like, oh, this guy is pretty good at the game, I'm gonna add him. And that guy was Junkers, and that is the beginning of all of this. So through Junkers, I later on met Hannah, and they would go on to become a couple. But during this time in my life, it was 2014, it is a long while here where I basically only play with Swedish people, or the large majority would be with Swedish friends, like old friends from the town where I grew up and such. And I also had a girlfriend in Finland that I was going to see. Yeah, so basically I spent my time, I did CS with Swedish people, and did a lot of trips between Sweden and Finland since I had my girlfriend there. But one day in the spring of 2017, I was playing a game of CS together with Hannah that I met through Junkers, and we ended up on Mirage, just having a great time. And then we met two other people there in that game that we thought were pretty nice, and those people were Diana and Geddy. So that's how I met Geddy. So through Geddy, I then met a bunch of other friends. Basically, he introduced me to the Norwegian gang that I would become a part of, that would consist of a lot of people, but we'll get to that. So in the summer of 2017, I broke up completely with my girlfriend, and I was not very happy. I was very down. But then I started playing a lot with this Norwegian gang, which consists of me, Geddy also joined there a lot, and Evie, Tubbe, Panda, Godi, and Karina. So we played with them and a couple of Polacks, since Diana was Polish. I think it was Mano as well, and Kamil. Kamil, who you've seen probably in a recent video, Abyssa Place. But I don't know. I don't have a stick figure or anything for him, so you're just gonna have to live with that. Moving on. This was 2017, but later on there, I think like beginning of 2018 or something like that, is where I released the first Best of Placed episode. I think it was like January, so those clips are from before that, obviously. But things moved on, I kept playing with those people mostly, and then late 2018, we also met, I don't know really how they came into the group, but we got Dave and Tex, and that's where I got my first little connection, I guess, to Rona. And this is also where Johnny comes into the group in early 2019. And then I get to know Rona through Dave and Tex. And she was together with a guy named Dai. I think this is also ish when Marky comes into the group. I think maybe he was already in it a bit earlier, but I'm a bit uncertain about the timelines. So, and I didn't like Rona at first. I thought she was very mean and so I was like, not really my style. I think she is a bit meh. And then I think she picked up on it, but later on I learned to like her anyways. And she became really close with Johnny. They became really good friends, and they started with the whole odds and stuff like that. And they were just like always together playing games. And I even made like a Steam group called J plus R, because when I woke up they still haven't gone to bed and they were always online. I was like, oh, these are the two people I know, always doing like stuff in tabletop or other shit. Anyways, then Rona broke up with Dai somewhere around here. I don't know like exactly, but somewhere around here, time-wise, Rona broke up with Dai. And then she and Johnny ended their friendship because of, well, issues. It didn't really work out for some reasons that I'm not gonna get into. And then in the summer I went to Cologne together with Johnny, Tex, Tubbe, Panda and Evie. And there's some, I think if you're looking in the video IRL plays, you'll see some clips that are from that trip. I think a lot of them actually are from that trip. So yeah. And then Johnny became close to Evie. In the fall there, we had a meetup where they came to see me at my graduation party. Because I had graduated from uni about like half a year before that, so it was very delayed. But yeah, they came to see me and we celebrated my graduation. And the ones who came to see was Evie, Tubbe, Tex and Smites, I think, came to see me. And after that, I went to Norway and we did another meetup in Stavanger. It was me, Evie, Geddy, Johnny, Tex. I might have forgotten some. I mean, Panda and Tubbe usually are there, so I'm guessing they were there as well. No, Tubbe wasn't there actually. But yeah, most of the people were of the Norwegians, so to say. Oh, at this point as well, Evie was dating Tex. I don't know if that's worth. Yeah, Evie was dating Tex at this point, and then later that year, we also did a little meetup at the border, and that's when it was me, Evie, Johnny and Yubi. And shortly after that, I think Evie and Tex had broken up earlier, and then she and Yubi got together slightly after that meetup. I don't know like exactly when, but maybe like a month or so later, I don't know. After the year there, me and Geddy had a little period of us wanting, I think there was some drama that wasn't really that important, but some people left us out in the cold at some point, and we were like, F this, we're gonna go and make our own little gang. So we started to look for other people to play with. And so we went and we found Gina in a Facebook group randomly. So that's how she came into the group. This is also at the time where Rona and Geddy and Marky and people did a meetup in England. And that's when Rona met Connor and they got together. I don't know if they got together like right after the trip or like it was somewhere around there. Obviously, because that's when they met. And then Johnny and Rona reconnected. I think Johnny had a falling out with Evie before that, and then Johnny and Rona reconnected, and they became friends again. Rona dating Connor, meanwhile, at the same time. And I met Felicia, and we started dating. And then we all did, or not we all, me, Felicia, Connor and Rona did Minecraft together. It was super cozy times. And then Felicia suggested to me that I should do TikToks, and she really believed that I would make it big there. She was like, "Oh, you're gonna become famous if you do it," and whatever. And she did TikTok to an extent as well at that time. So then I started doing TikTok, and I think in the early summer is where it blew up for the first time. Like one of the videos blew up, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually something that kind of works." So I continued doing those, and then I realized that I need to make more content for me to be able to do this consistently. So I started pumping out Best of Plays episodes like it was no tomorrow. Me and Felicia also had a little break up in the summer, but we got together again. I continued doing the TikToks and pumping up a lot of episodes. And then after the summer, I think it was in around like September, somewhere there, Rona and Connor broke up, but they decided to stay friends. About the same time as when Connor and Rona broke up is also when Johnny left the group for good this time, or so it seems, at least so far. He's not seeming to be coming back anytime soon. And after that, in October, me and Felicia broke up, and it was also around this time that Stina joined the group. After that is where I realized that people speaking Swedish in the videos kind of blew up always on TikTok, which makes sense because, you know, when I post a video, it'll go up in Sweden first. So yeah, I did a couple of those, and then I felt like it was outplayed or like overplayed, and then Getty kept doing it, and then there was one that got really big in Sweden. This was like early December or mid-December, something like that, where we did one, and I remember I went to bed and it had like 100,000 views, and then when I woke up it had like 600,000. It just kept going really big, and I think it reached 1 million views fairly fast. And then I also got like 12,000 or 10,000 new followers of it, which was insane because before that I didn't have too many. I think I had around 6,000 or something like that. So like it was a lot for me since I was just starting out, but getting that many in just like a day or so was a huge thing. This is also around the time where Martin joins the group. Martin is the friend of one of my old friends. So when he came back to play, we played CS together, and then Martin was there as well, and that's kind of how we got to know each other. And then after Connor and Ron had broken up, Stina and Connor had been getting close friends as well, and me, Stina, and Connor played like a lot of Usu together and had like cozy sessions of Usu. And then in December, me and Stina got together. I think we were officially a couple on Christmas Eve. And then it's not a lot that happens after that, but in I think it's around March, Connor breaks contact with Rona and says he can't really be friends anymore. It doesn't really work for him. And then after that, it was kind of split, like you could either play with Connor or you played with Rona, in a sense. And when I played with Connor, we did Valheim a lot. And there was one clip when we sing the jungle. Oh, is it jungle? No, in the jungle. It's Lion King song. That one really blew up on TikTok as well. But it was shortly lived because only 2 months later in May, Connor says he can't be friends with me either anymore. But he stayed friends with Stina because they got really close. So I was a bit salty about that. But it do be like that sometimes. And then this is in May, so in May also I think Rona started dating Martin or whatever they were doing. I mean they never were like official about it, but they were kind of dating or something like that. And then we also had a meetup in Stockholm with me, Rona, Stina, Martin and Brady, who has kind of become a part of the gang without anyone really noticing. Just sneaked in out of nowhere. Because it wasn't like at one point we met him, he was just kind of there, and then gradually he became more and more part of the group. And then time passes. In July of this year, me and Stina broke up. We tried to stay friends at first, and then we had a meetup in Örebro in August, early August. And later on that month, Martin and Rona ended whatever they were having, if they were dating or whatever. And he leaves the group. And then there was some drama between Stina and Rona, because Stina went to the UK to see Connor, which was obviously Rona's ex, and that didn't really sit well with Rona, so they ended their friendship. And by that, Stina kind of left the group as well. And after that, then George left the group as well. And time passes, and I don't really have any more notes to this. So we've kind of reached modern times in terms of where we are as well. There are some new people that are kind of on the way into the gang, so that's nice. Alright, I think that's people all updated about the situation. So that is the origin story of the gang basically, and where we are at right now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.